What's up, guys? My name is Joanna, and you're watching Dolphins Today, coming to you from the Baptist Health Studios right here in Miami Gardens. The good news continues pouring in as the dust settles from the Dolphins' 2021 season. Three-time Pro Bowler Xavier Howard returned from his overseas vacation to learn about his selection to the Professional Football's Writers of America's All-AFC team. Howard is the only member of the Dolphins to be voted to the All-AFC team after leading the team in interceptions and passes defended while scoring 2 of the defense's 3 touchdowns. Jalen Waddle, Javon Holland, and Jalen Phillips were named to the Professional Football Writers of America's All-Rookie team after helping Miami clinch consecutive winning seasons in nearly 2 decades. Waddle set the league record for rookie receptions with 104. Holland led the defense with 3 fumble recoveries while starting in 13 games. And Phillips set the team rookie record with 8.5 sacks despite playing on just over 50% of the defensive snaps. Congratulations to these Dolphins on their well-deserved accolades. All right, guys, well, let's stick with last segment's theme and talk a little defense with our very own Travis Winfield, who joins us here today. So we're going to go right into the installment of Finn's Focus. This week's team group of focus will be the defensive line. Thank you so much, as always, for joining us, Travis.
Thanks for having me. As always, I love this defensive line. It began back in training camp, my infatuation with them, and it carried throughout the entire season. They were so good this year.
They really were. So let's get right into it, shall we? Well, this season, the Dolphins finished with 48 sacks. That total was just 1 shy of the team record set in 1993 and in 2005. So to what do you credit the defensive line's contribution in bringing such consistent pressure to the QBs?
I mean, I would say exactly half the credit, because rush and coverage work so well together in terms of getting pressure on opposing quarterbacks and getting those big game-changing sacks. And then just selfless players up front. This team ran so many stunts, twists, picks, creating opportunities for other guys on the defensive line, and they do it so selflessly. As Coach Austin Clark said, it was the most selfless group he ever worked with in his career. So that was evident every single week. And they also happen to be pretty dang talented too. So all that stuff comes together to form a really nice package up front for the Dolphins defense.
Well, Christian Wilkins recorded a career high of 89 tackles. That is tied for the highest total by any NFL defensive lineman in nearly a decade. How impressed were you by his improvement in year 3?
Yeah, it's a crazy stat because you're taking on blocks and it's difficult to make tackles from that spot. But just super impressed, but not really surprised, because the way this guy works, his off-season habits, he's intentional with his regiment, the hand usage, both as a pass rusher and against the run. He just was very intentional with everything he did. And then also really understanding the scheme and the defense and letting him play fast because of his knowledge within the defense, and then the love of the game. We all saw the mic'd up where he's talking about how much he loves football. All of that comes together to form a really nice player in Christian Wilkins.
I absolutely agree. Well, Jalen Phillips and Javon Holland were both named to the Professional Football Writers of America's All-Rookie team. How can their development aid in the defensive line's performance going forward?
Yeah, the PFWA gave us 3 rookies on that list. It was cool to see. It's funny to speak about a safety on the defensive line, but that's just how unique and how talented Javon Holland is, because he can come down there, play against the run, rush the quarterback, and whip out and play in the deep post at the safety spot. And then also Jalen Phillips. I mean, the sack total was great, but I thought he was more than that, because he would condense inside and create chances for other pass rushers. He commanded chips and double teams from the opposing offense. Both of these guys have substantial upside. Now it's up to them just to let it materialize and realize that potential.
What are you hoping to see more of from the defensive line during the 2022 season?
I think it's a tough question because they did so much so well all year long. But the good part of all that is that almost the entire group is signed through 2022, and keeping that unit together should allow them to build on that success from last season. The one thing I would give you, Joe, is that maybe more consistency in the running game. A couple of games with high rushing totals from the opposing offense. Cut that down a little bit, but I think that's nitpicking because this group was just so good all year long.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us to break things down. As always, Travis, we always look forward to having you to give us that expertise. So
Thanks for having me.
All right, Dolphin fans, with defense being a fixture in today's episode, we wanted to look back at some of the most notable plays made by Miami's unit. To do so, let's take a look at some of the Dolphins' best sacks from the 2021 season. Check it out.
3rd and 11. Carr, rush coming. Carr is tossed down. Brandon Jones on the safety blitz. So they were trying to beat the man coverage with a double move with Hunter Renfrow. And Josh Boyer guessed ahead and brought the pressure to force the issue. There's Brandon Jones, the strong safety. Gets in there again and gets him. Loss of 15. So that field position that the Las Vegas Raiders had that was in their favor is now backed up. And Miami may tilt the field a little bit as they start a big-time drive.
Newton sacked right at the goal line there, Corning. Jalen
Allen Phillips and Christian Wilkins converged at Newton. That was nearly a safety.
Number 94, Christian Wilkins beats Pat Elflein right there. He's the one that flushes him, and then you meet back at Cam Newton. Lucky not to have given up a safety on this play.
Turns it back over to the Texans, and Taylor gets hammered at the 20-yard line. And sacked. What a play by the Miami defense. Nick Needham got in on the blitz.
The scariest thing is when you get a free runner coming in, and this is the third time so far in this game Miami has gotten a blitzer loose to the quarterback.
And again, it was Needham on the blitz, and then it was Phillips who grabbed the football.
Chance to see what Elijah Moore can do.
Flacco hit from behind. Ball is out, and the Dolphins have it. Now it's on the ground again. Let's see who comes up with it here. Looks like Miami.
Well, there's a lot going on this play. They're going to send 5 out. Nobody accounts for the rusher. The Dolphins get home and force a huge play for their defense.
All right, fans, well, that's a wrap for Dolphins Today, coming to you from the Baptist Health Studios in Miami Gardens. We'll see you again next week on Tuesday. Until then, go Fins.